How to confront a spouse if you think they are cheating. Today, we are talking about pretty serious subject, right? If you are watching this video, first and foremost, I empathize with you. I know how difficult of a situation this can be. The fact that you are sitting here wondering if your partner or your spouse is cheating on you is not easy. That means there have been certain things that you have picked up on. That means there are certain patterns of behavior that are making you uncomfortable and you're a little unsettled in the current dynamic of the relationship, right? Now, the question at this point becomes whether it is a rational or an irrational question, right? Are there significant signs that are leading you to this possible conclusion? Or is it insecurities that you may have? Experiences from past relationships that you are dragging into this current relationship. There's a lot of things to unpack here. But what I wanted to provide for you is, some tips, some recommendations, some things to be on the lookout for if you do think your spouse is cheating and how to approach that. If you don't know who I am, my name is Coach Danny, and I am a life and relationship coach here at the Happily Committed Project. I have spent a lot of my life working with clients, working with people in this area, right? In relationships, understanding the dynamics of relationships, understanding personality types, how they work together, how to create a successful relationship. And as I said before, if you are watching this video, it is because you are wondering if you are in a relationship that is going to be successful, that is going to be able to last long term, because you're having doubts and you're wondering if your spouse or your partner is being faithful. So, that being said, let's jump into some of the things that you should take into consideration before you decide to have this conversation with your partner or your spouse. Number one, it is very important that you define what infidelity is for yourself. And the reason why I say this is because infidelity is subjective. Every person has a different idea, a different definition of what infidelity is, right? So for you, infidelity may be emotional cheating, right? The creation of a intimate bond with somebody else outside of the relationship. For others, it may just be the physical act of infidelity that is considered cheating. And for others, it may be as simple as liking posts on Instagram of individuals that, you find threatening or you think are attractive or your partner might think is attractive. It is different. It's variable for every single person. So it is incredibly important for you to take a step back and really evaluate what you consider to be infidelity, what you consider to be cheating, because the last thing that you want to do is confront your partner and not even know internally if you are convinced that it is cheating or not. So defining that for yourself is 100% necessary. The second part of this is I highly recommend making sure that you are 100% confident that your partner is cheating. Now, I know there is not always a 100% foolproof way of knowing whether they are cheating or not. But what I am saying to you is to be sure, to be confident in the feeling that they may potentially be cheating. And a lot of that is going to have to do with acquiring maybe information, knowing that they've been talking to somebody else. Maybe there is a mutual friend of yours that saw them on a date with somebody else and you have proof of it. Maybe there is, patterns of behavior that are incredibly different from when you first started dating that are obvious that they are, potentially stepping outside of the relationship. Are they hiding their phone? Did they change their passwords? Are they not letting you access their computer? Are they acting really strange when people call and walking away from the room? Like, there are many different things that you can be taking a look at. But again, the reason why I say that if you are going to have this conversation, you need to be committed to it and you need to be confident that that you do think they are cheating is because I have seen situations before where a client will confront their partner because they think they are cheating, and it ends up being that they are not. And then that partner actually breaks up with them and walks away from the relationship because they are so offended that they were accused of cheating, right? What it basically did was it created a breaking of the trust. They feel like they are being accused of something without having a conversation first, or without being able to defend themselves, or without really any reason whatsoever. It's really just because that person felt insecure about something and decided to go as far as accusing their partner of cheating. So it is incredibly important that you are confident in having this conversation and understanding that it may result in something like your partner getting really upset if they are not cheating. The third part of this is making sure that you're staying calm. Staying calm is so important, right? Because when you have this conversation, there can be a lot of emotional outbursts that potentially change the direction of the conversation. It can go down south very quickly. So prior to having the conversation, make sure that you emotionally prepare yourself. Make sure that you sit down with yourself and understand, okay, I may get an answer that I do not like. I may find out that my partner is cheating. I may find out that they are not. And how am I going to handle that? How am I going to compose myself? How am I going to carry myself through that conversation? And one of the best things that you can do is try to prep the conversation prior to having it, right? Prep all your points. Know what you're going to say. Know what you're going to ask, so that there is a level of confidence when you come into the conversation and you have an idea as to where you want to steer and navigate the conversation. Because if you go into it blind and you go into it when you're already overly emotional, the likelihood that that conversation is going to go well, slim to none. And even if they are cheating and you come at the conversation aggressively and you are firing on all cylinders, it is likely that they will probably get defensive, put their guards up, and you're not going to get anything anyways. So approaching it calmly is incredibly important. The fourth thing in all of this is, if you are watching this video, right, and you are wanting to know how to confront your partner if you think that they are cheating, there is also the likelihood that you would want to fix the relationship if that is the potential, right? If potentially they have cheated, you are trying to figure out whether you would stay or you would go. So if you do want to fix the relationship, if the result is that they are cheating, there has to be an understanding that forgiveness is key. People make mistakes. We're all human beings. We all make mistakes. Now, I understand this is a very severe mistake, and there is choice. They could have had a conversation with you and said, hey, I'm unhappy in the relationship, and I'm starting to contemplate stepping outside of the relationship. Hey, there is somebody that I find attractive at work. I'm not exactly sure why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, but I just wanted to let you know, right? But the reality is most people don't do that. Most people are avoidant and are scared to divulge that kind of information, because if you do divulge that kind of information, I mean, it's very possible that you may be taking that as cheating anyways. So they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. But at the end of the day, that is not to excuse the actions. The actions in and of themselves are not right, especially if you are in a relationship. All I am saying to you is that it is most likely a mistake. And hey, look, if it was not a mistake and it was an intentional act and they have done it multiple times before, then there's no reason for you to stay in the relationship. At that point, it is your choice to stay. At that point, it is you who has to make the decision whether you stay or go. But if you are wanting to fix the relationship, there's going to have to be an understanding that forgiveness is key. The other part of this, like I mentioned before, is you have to evaluate for yourself whether it is worth it to stay in the relationship or not. Can you forgive? Can you get over this break of trust? Can you cope and manage with the insecurities that this may potentially cause? And how are you going to do that? If you stay in the relationship because you want to retaliate, right? Because you want to drag your partner through the mud and make them feel the pain that you felt when you found out that they cheated, there's no point. The relationship isn't going to work anyways. And what that is actually going to do is it's going to affect you negatively as well. So, if you decide to move forward with the relationship and try to repair and reconcile whatever has happened, forgiveness is going to be a key part of this whole process. So, just to recap, the 4 things to take into consideration if you plan on confronting your partner about what you suspect to be infidelity. The first one is define what infidelity means to you. Define what cheating means to you so that you are 100% clear on your emotions, how you feel, and what you are expecting moving forward. The second thing is being confident in your decision to have this conversation, right? Being confident in your knowledge that you think, not just think, that you know that there is potentially some infidelity that is going on here. The third one is staying calm. If you're going to have this conversation, it is incredibly important for you to try to control your emotions the best that you can so you actually have some results, so that you actually have a productive conversation and get the information that you are seeking. And the last piece to this puzzle is if you plan on repairing and reconciling the relationship, if infidelity is involved, you will have to take into consideration and you'll have to understand that forgiveness is a big part of this process. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I love to hear what you have to say. I love to interact with people in the comment section, so make sure you drop your comment down below. I read as many as possible and I try to answer as many as well. Maybe you just want more detail, right? Maybe you want a little bit more information. You can visit us at www.happily-committed.com, where we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos related to this subject and many other subjects as well. We also have an incredible product section where we have trainings and courses and videos specifically curated for you, depending on what your situation is. So I highly recommend visiting our product section on the website and seeing if any of those courses apply to you and will help you through your current situation. And if that doesn't seem to be enough, we can set up a one-on-one coaching session. I am more than happy to support you through whatever it is you are currently going through, because to be honest with you, I know sometimes you just need somebody on your side. You just need somebody to be able to help you gain a different perspective, and that is what we are here for as coaches. So you can book your one-on-one coaching session with either myself or any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team via the website as well. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you soon.